tools, we need repellent. It was urgent. Peril left us begging. Peril.
WEFM, clean fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty, and the time here in SVG is 7:45, and it is time for us to take in our commentary from Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas. So, Kingsley, good morning to you, and how was your weekend?
Wonderful. My weekend was wonderful. You know what makes it so special?
Tell me.
I thought of you.
Oh, I feel special.
You are special. You are special. Ask all your listeners, they will tell you when they hear your voice, they have this extra bounce in the arms to get things done. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
you don't look. The young ladies there this morning.
Of course. Most of us are here.
Good morning.
morning. How you look, kids? So you want me to talk to you?
What you said, Kingsley?
Yeah, how you look, kids? I want to say hello to you.
No, this is usually how I am. You know, when it's me at the control, you come on, I say good morning, you know, and so on. Nothing too deep.
Oh, okay. All right.
We take turns at the control, Kingsley. That's what happened.
I realize that.
Yeah.
I pay attention to traffic talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time you hear the officer say, she's standing outside the Central Police Station and she gives a traffic report. Hello. Sometimes I ask myself if they really put in any enthusiasm in what they do. Because while they're saying the traffic is flowing smoothly at Annisvale and the roundabout, the traffic is being built up. I mean, I wonder how accurate it is. But here about them here, there is an area in this called Calliaqua. There is a police station there. Alongside the police station, there's a bakery. After that, there's some doubles across the road. They have a lot of machines. Who's doing some chicken. So the place gets congestion every day. And they have a traffic officer who is assigned to that particular area from the traffic department. I don't know when last people pay close attention to what it is. Every time you pass there, Miss Samuel, there's so much activities taking place right immediate next to the Calliaqua police station. You see, people park their vehicle, no parking sign trying to get into the bakery. And it have police from every department because the Calliaqua police station is similar to the Central Police Station. There are people attached to major crime unit, traffic. And I want to know if you do glimpse outside to see what is creating this problem. Every single day, especially in the afternoon, traffic is at a snail's pace because people are abusing their privilege, parking here, there, everywhere. And I am hoping that the traffic officer who is assigned to that area pay attention to what's taking place. Because, hey, they told us crime prevention is important. And accidents could be avoided if we as drivers pay more attention to the road signs and do what is expected of us. But when you have people coming right next to the Calliaqua police station and flout the signs, parking on the sign because they're going to buy some bread or some chicken or some national lottery or something. And the police sits right there and do nothing about it. And when you tell them, if you stop, but you say, officer, what take a place? Man, drive a taxi and let me do my job. We have time with you. This is the kind of coming to get from senior police officer at the Calliaqua police station. Then how important is this free-flop traffic in the air? Calliaqua is a tongue, besides what was said by Minister.
Stop it, Kingsley, stop it. It was going good. Stop it, behave.
No, because Samuel, when you and I were going to school, they told us we have fixed tongues.
Your traction bad enough.
All of a sudden, now we only have three. Which tongue? Georgetown and Kingston. So sometimes I really want this Columbus to tell us like the truth. But I'm back to the traffic. I'm hoping that whenever you get a chance, you should try to interact with these police officers. The officer that I know would have given you accurate information. I understand that he's now transferred to the Grenades and referred to Acting Inspector Jones. And I wonder if there is a breakdown of communication between superintendent who in charge of traffic, the commissioner, and the acting Prime Minister Montgomery Daniel. I mean, I think getting your best police officers assigned to an important department like traffic is important. You don't want to play policeman and everybody wants to say hello to like we have one out there, but it's showing name. You want to be the best comedian of the year. I mean, you have to have friends, but when you do your job, you have to be firm. Because let me tell you something, Mr. Mel. There are regulations at the airport that I don't subscribe to, but I have to. Because for me to comply, for me to do my trade, I have to comply with the regulations. I don't feel comfortable at the airport, but I have to do what I have to do. And I can't understand why the traffic department come on really every morning and tell you things are going well, and they're not making the effort to help the situation. Right now, the amount of people who came yesterday, I just saw an incident there where a guy came off the plane, pick up a car. A police officer standing there, I would even double check to see if he has a temporary license or a license assigned to driving service. He left as he gets an incident down the road. That's a big problem. I mean, lots of people in service and Grenades right now who are driving. Police need to do a random check to see if they have temporary license or the license could be allowing them to drive in the area of service and Grenades. I mean, just pay attention to the seriousness. And I'll have a wonderful day. I'll see you all right here tomorrow morning, okay?
All right. You too, Kingsley. Have a wonderful day. And that was Kingsley with his commentary for today. And he was talking about disruptions to traffic in the Calliaqua area. And, well, just traffic generally here in SVG, all right? So officially, good morning to everybody. It's the 23rd day of June. Are we halfway, like officially halfway in the year? I wonder. What's 365 divided by 2? To be able to find out what exactly is the halfway point in the year. That's true. Probably should have checked that before I started talking. Not true? All right. So I hope that everybody is doing just fine. It is a Monday morning. It was breezy when we were coming in. So I think it's still breezy. But yeah, just wishing everybody a safe and a productive one today, all right? And if you're suffering from the Monday blues, try shake it off, all right? Try shake it off.
Paint it a different color.
Paint it what, yellow instead? A bright color?
Yeah.
All right, how are you, Dianna?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Roleza. I am okay. Good to be here this morning. You know, the month is ending. Things are going fast, but what can we do?
Oh, you didn't want to say what can I do?
I was going to say that. That's why I was in my head. Yeah.
You didn't want to be traction like Kingsley?
I remembered Kingsley did something this morning. I said, you know what? Let's not have two in the same segment. So I decided to be good.
But I thought that was like a Vinci trade too. One we do done because the argument goes on forever. And yeah, we like to be traction. All right. Marksman, morning. All right, so let's just quickly touch on these things that Kingsley raised. Morning, Kojo. Morning. You know, I have to say a special good morning to the persons who listen to us in different time zones. I did not realize that Kojo was actually 3 hours behind us, and Kojo's with us just about every single morning. Mm-hmm. Not just listen, but also interacting. So for those of you, a special hello. Yes, folks who live in here, we appreciate that, the fact that you're listening here, listen to us from here, but those of you in the different time zones, whether you're behind or you're ahead of us, who engage us, who are actively listening, you know, we really want to say commendations to you. So, yeah. Yes, Jacqueline, you too. Good morning to you too. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about what Kingsley spoke about, right? And he was talking about traffic congestion, but he was mostly focusing on the Calliaqua area. Now, I generally don't be on that side of the island. I have to have a very, very, very good reason to be on that side of the island if somebody's not with me bringing whatever it is for me into town, all right? Because past Annisville, don't see me at all, okay? But so I am familiar with the areas that Kingsley is speaking about, but not so much the traffic congestion because when I pass, I just passing, right? But I can say that as drivers, we do take a lot of liberties here in SVG, right? And most especially when police officers are not around and not close by, right? People have a habit of just stopping wherever, putting on the hazard light and thinking that's okay. People also have a habit of, stopping, holding a conversation, not realizing that there are other vehicles behind them. And my whole thing is that, you could probably stop for a while, maybe to hand over something or to give a quick message. But some people have full-on conversations, right? And these are the little things that sort of annoy us to prevent the flow of traffic. On the majority of our roads, only 2 vehicles can pass at the same time. One going up and one going down. All right. So I do think that many of us do take too many liberties as drivers. Another big problem is where businesses are located. And part of this problem would have been as a result of improper planning in terms of development back in the day. So we don't have zone areas, let's say for businesses, for residential, everything just sort of flows into one. And many of the businesses operate alongside the road. And because they've operated alongside the road, maybe not that much consideration was given in terms of planning, in terms of where businesses are located. Vehicles have to stop directly in the road to conduct business. Yeah, we can take it, right? They have to stop right in the road. There isn't really enough space to pull over to allow for the free flow of traffic. So that is also another thing that we have to look at. Being a small country, not enough foresight was given back then, and we're stuck with the situation at this time. All right. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Queens.
Do you think you should follow a traffic offense? No, traffic laws, they should be followed 100%.
I think that some leeway can be given. So like in the example that I just gave with stopping traffic, let's say to hand over something to somebody or maybe just to give a quick message. I can be okay with that. I can be okay with quote unquote holding up traffic, maybe like for 5-10 seconds, but not for a full minute.
Yes, so I'm going at this event in Miami, and I'm 3 blocks from the event. And it's an hour and a half I can't get into the park. Why? It's 3 lanes. Why? The right lane will take you into the park. I'm in the right lane. But the reason why it takes so long to get in is because people are going in the middle lane and the left lane and they're cutting in front of everybody else. Someday, an hour and a half, I'm frustrated, so I decided I'm going to do the same thing too. And I was inside in 10 minutes. So I think it's necessary sometimes to break the law. I must stay out there for 3 hours.
Queens, listen to me.
And then, while everybody cutting in front of me, the lane.
Last Friday, right? I had to go to Annisville and reach into Kingston. So I am the person, because I live on the leeward side, I ain't accustomed to waiting, right? Just accustomed to press it and going, right? And an ambulance passed and I was this close to driving behind the ambulance go down the road. No, I tell you, I was just so frustrated.
To get ahead quicker with the ambulance?
Yeah, just drive behind them. I go and pretend, put on my hazard lights and go dog.
People do that all the time here, man. Yeah. With the fire, ambulance, and police. When they put their lights on and people moving out the way, people go get behind them and they get to speed. I do that too.
Okay,
and get you quicker.
I don't think I'm that brave, right? I don't think I'm that brave as yet. I haven't been that frustrated, so we go see.
No, I don't see that. I don't see nobody get in trouble for that here, for going behind, for going in that. For going behind the emergency vehicle.
Well, now that I've said it on air, persons will be on the lookout, Queen. So I ain't going to do it at all, okay?
All right. So later.
All right. Take care, Queens. All right. Any thoughts, Dianna?
No.
No?
Mm.
All right. So it's just another thing that that always makes me chuckle as well is that I don't know how visitors drive here in SVG because even me sometimes, I remember when I had just started driving and I used to go into a panic. There are certain roads where I didn't know how to maneuver properly because when you are a passenger, you don't pay attention to these things, right? So there's always, so when you are coming from, boy, and this is why when you do your driving exam, you're supposed to pay attention to your road signs, but none of us pay attention to the names of the streets in particular. So just before you come over to Juicy Building, let's say you're coming from Banker St. Vincent's side.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how it is. I was supposed to get onto the other lane to go. Let's say if I had to go by lanes across by Seventh-day Adventist Church. I didn't know about that. Girl, I tell you, I went into a panic the first time. You stay where it is, where that bank is. I think what bank is that?
It's not a bank. I think it's the immigration office now.
Right. Okay.
On
So
the
right there.
right lane.
So you stay there, and then you indicate to go on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have to indicate, and then you drive over to. So this is it, right? So when it is that persons come here to SVG, because of the fact that we don't have a lot of road signs, some of the signs on the ground that need to be repainted. I am always baffled in terms of how it is that they get around, because even for us as locals, is a little bit of a challenge. All right, so we could take this call for a quick minute. All right. Hi, caller, morning. You have 1 minute, caller. Hello?
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Dianna.
Good morning.
How are you guys this morning? This is Pumpy.
Oh, morning. I'm okay, Roleza is here too.
I just called to wish my daughter happy belated birthday and Saturday gone on her anniversary. I was struggling Saturday, so
Pumpy,
I
what's your
could,
daughter's name? Pumpy, what is your Pumpy?
Her name is Sharna France Pumpy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, she lives in Tatola, but she's from Chapman's Village.
Okay. All right. So that's all you're sending, right? Greetings to her.
How are you guys doing? Everything is okay?
Yeah, we're okay. We're all right.
All right, then. All right. You guys have a blessed one.
You as well, Pompey. Thank you. All right.
They were speaking about the foreigners and them not knowing, them figuring out where they're supposed to drive. I remember a couple of years ago, a cousin of mine from England came here and he rented a vehicle, and he did not know that you can't, when you're coming, let's say from Milton Cater Hospital side, he didn't know you can't just turn to go up into that road by Victoria Park there. He was going to Green Hill. Somebody had to tell him to turn around. You can't do that because he just, turned off and was up to there.
Yeah, because, once you head north, you're heading north. All right. So with that, we are heading on out of this segment. The time here in SVG, it is 8:02, and our time check came to the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life,